So without wasting time, let me ask you something. But before that, let me tell you that watch the video till the end. I promise you can save your 70% income. So the question is, do you ever feel like no matter how much you earn, there's just never enough to save? Well, you're not alone. But today we're going to break that myth and show you how you can save 70% of your income, even if you're living paycheck to paycheck. It might sound crazy, but I promise you, it's not impossible. With a few key changes to how you spend, budget, and think about money, saving a huge chunk of your income can be within reach. So grab a pen and paper, because today's video is packed with practical, real-world tips that you can start using today. 1. Understanding the power of saving 70%. Let's start with the simple concept. Why 70%? Now, saving 70% of your income isn't about living an extreme minimalist lifestyle where you cut out all joy or fun. It's about being smart with your money, cutting unnecessary expenses, and making your money work harder for you. And when you save a large percentage of your income, you're not just saving for the future. You're building a solid foundation for financial freedom. But how do we get there? Well, first, we need to understand where all of your money is going. Many people are surprised when they track their expenses because those small things add up faster than you think. So with this, we come to second point. 2. Track your spending for a month. Before we dive into the budget breakdown, step 1 is all about awareness. For the next 30 days, track every penny you spend, and I mean everything, from that morning coffee to your monthly streaming subscriptions. You can use apps like Mint, YNAB, or even just a spreadsheet to make this process easy. It can be, you're likely spending money on things that don't add value to your life. It might be small, regular expenses that you don't even notice anymore, like a gym membership you don't use, or a subscription you forgot about. When you can spot these little leaks, you can stop the waste and start saving. 3. Budgeting. The key to saving 70%. Once you know where your money is going, it's time to put together a budget. The key to saving 70% isn't about cutting out all fun, but about making intentional decisions. We're going to tweak the standard 50-30-20 budgeting rule to fit our goal. Let's break it down. 30% for needs. This includes essentials like rent, utilities, groceries, transportation, and insurance. These are the non-negotiables. 10% for wants. This covers things like entertainment, eating out, subscriptions, and anything you don't need to survive. 60% for savings. Yes, you heard that right. This might sound tough, but once you see how cutting back on wants and finding ways to reduce needs works, you'll see it's possible. For example, let's say you make $4,000 a month. Here's how your budget might look. Needs, rent, utilities, groceries, etc. $1,200 wants, eating out, shopping, entertainment. $400 savings investments, $2,400. But what happens if you're not quite there yet? Don't worry. Start small and aim to gradually adjust your budget as you cut back on unnecessary expenses. We'll talk more about that in just a minute. 4. Cutting big expenses first. Now this is where the magic happens. To really save big, you need to start with the big ticket items first. Here are some of the most significant areas where most people can save money. Housing. Did you know that rent or mortgage is often the biggest expense for most people? If you're paying $1,500 a month for rent, could you downsize or move to a more affordable area? Transportation. If you own a car, consider switching to public transit, carpooling, or even using ride-sharing apps to save on gas and parking fees. You could also look into cheaper car insurance or refinance your car loan. Insurance. Shop around for better rates on your car and home insurance. Even a 10% drop in premiums can save hundreds a year. Example. Let's say you reduce your rent from $1,500 to $1,200. That's $300 saved each month. Over the year, that's $3,600 just by making a smarter housing choice. 5. Cutting back on wants. The small expenses add up. Next, we look at the smaller things. These are the areas where we tend to overspend without realizing it. Here are a few examples. Eating out. The average American spends about $200 a month eating out. If you cut that down to $100, that's $1,200 a year you can save. Subscriptions. Do you have multiple streaming services or subscriptions you never use? Cutting back to just one or two can save $300 to $600 annually. Coffee runs. This one's a classic. If you buy a $4 coffee every day, that's $120 a month. Over a year, that adds up to $1,440. But here's the catch. You don't have to cut these things out completely. Just be mindful of how often you indulge. Maybe make your coffee at home or eat out just once a week instead of every day. It's all about finding balance. 6. Increasing your income. While cutting expenses is essential, increasing your income can give you a big boost in reaching that 70% savings goal faster. Here are some practical ways to do this. Freelancing. If you have skills like writing, design, or programming, consider freelancing in your spare time. Sites like Upwork, Fiverr, or even LinkedIn can help you find clients. Side hustles. You can drive for Uber, deliver groceries, or even sell products online. If you earn an extra $500 a month from a side hustle, that can go directly into savings, taking you closer to your 70% goal. Investing in skills. Learning new skills that can help you land a higher paying job or career advancement is also a great way to increase your income over time. Example, if you add a side hustle earning $500 a month, that's $6,000 a year. Now you can save even more, $3,000 from your main job, plus $3,000 from your side hustle. That's $6,000 you didn't have before. 7. Automating your savings. One of the most powerful strategies to help you reach your 70% savings goal is automation. Here's why. When you automate your savings, you eliminate the temptation to spend that money. It's like setting up a system where saving happens automatically, so you don't have to think about it. So how does it work? Let's say you get paid on the 1st and 15th of every month. You can set up an automatic transfer that sends 60 to 70% of your income to a high-yield savings account or an investment account right after you get paid. For example, if you earn $4,000, you could set up an automatic transfer of $2,400 to your savings each month. You won't even see that money in your checking account, so you'll be less likely to spend it. Another benefit of automating is that it helps you build discipline in your savings habit. It becomes effortless. You don't have to remind yourself to save. It's already done. 8. Building wealth through investments. Saving 70% of your income is a great first step, but the next level is putting that money to work through investments. After you've built up your emergency fund, which should cover 3 to 6 months of expenses, it's time to start thinking about investing. Here's the thing. Inflation eats away at the value of cash over time, so simply saving money in a savings account won't help you build wealth in the long term. There are different ways to invest, and it's important to match your risk tolerance and financial goals to the right investment strategy. For example, you can invest in stock market. Stocks have the potential for high returns, but they also come with higher risk. Long-term investing in diversified stock funds or index funds can help you build wealth over time. Retirement accounts. If you're in a country with retirement accounts like a 401k in the US or RRSP in Canada, take full advantage of them. Many retirement accounts offer tax benefits and employer matching, which can significantly grow your savings. Real estate. Another great way to build wealth is through real estate. While it's not for everyone, purchasing property that appreciates over time or generates rental income can be an excellent investment. Let's say you invest $2,000 of your $2,400 savings every month. Over the long term, depending on the returns from your investments, you could end up with a portfolio worth hundreds of thousands or even millions. The key is consistency and time. Invest early and let compound interest work for you. Just remember, saving 70% of your income is definitely possible with the right strategies. Start by tracking your spending, cutting back on big expenses, and automating your savings. And remember, it's not about depriving yourself. It's about being smart and intentional with your money. If you make small, consistent changes, you'll start to see big results. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed today's video, hit that like button and don't forget to subscribe for more practical financial tips.